Good morning, Facebook world. How are you? Hope you're having an awesome day. Fran here from Kiss to Sell, and here with some more sales goodies to share with you and to help you. So this is the third live. So if you haven't seen the other two, you can scroll down the page and have a look at those. And I'm doing these for 8 weeks, and this is kind of to help you. Sorry, I think we paused for a second there. We're live again. So this is to help you understand kind of the things that I go through in my 8-week coaching course. And if you're interested to know more, I'm really happy to help you understand if I can help you improve and sales. So my purpose in life is to help everyone, and especially those people who kind of struggle with the idea of sales, to learn how to step into their sales goodness and become a sales goddess. So if that sounds like something that you need, I'd love to help you. And feel free anytime to pop a question here on my Facebook page or to contact me, and you'll see that I'm happy to help and help you make that next step, whatever that might be. So today, so last week we were focusing on you and how you can get over yourself, basically. Be yourself and get over yourself. They're my 2 golden rules about being you. But today I want to switch tacks and start thinking about your clients. Often when people start talking about their ideal client, or they ask that question, what's your ideal client? People start imagining and going, well, they've got $2 million and they want to spend it all with me and blah, 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 blah. And that's not my focus. What I ask people to do instead is think about who you have worked with that was awesome. Who are the people that make your heart sing? Who are the ones that just were easy to work with? They made you feel great. You had a great result for them. Think about them. Think about a series of them, and how you might produce more of them. And one of the ways of doing that is really getting in and understanding. So what I want you to think about is, how did these people present to you? Where did they come from? What was the problem that they started with? Why did they approach you in the first place? What was that nub? What was that thing? And if you can focus in on that thing, excuse me, that frog in the throat is not mine and it needs to go. Bye. Whoever's doing that, you may leave now with love. Okay, try again. So I want you to focus on the value. And don't just think about it as kind of the end point, because selling and being with a client is a process. So where were they at the start? Why did they start with you? Why did they continue with you? Absolutely, what happened at the end, and what was that value? And for those people who've heard me speak before, or know anything about me, you will know that I love the word crunchy. So when I'm thinking about value, I want you to get crunchy. I want you to understand it in their words, how they felt. What was the impact of that for them? And if you did achieve a monetary result or an outcome, put a quantity to that. Go and ask enough people that you can say, I create a 26.3% improvement in people's profit, or I do this by this. So that's what I call getting crunchy. Once you've sat in your client's eyes and felt where they're at and understood their journey, then you'll start to get a view of what makes you unique, what the value is that you provide, and again, you can harness that. So instead of focusing then on the things that you think people might like or think people might value, what you can actually focus on is the things that really make you unique. Not in your eyes, not in your mother's eyes, bless her, but in the eyes of your client. So we've got to really step out of, and sometimes it's a bit uncomfortable, because when we're going to talk to our clients and ask them questions about, well, what did you like? And what, we're kind of thinking, well, we might also understand what they didn't like. And I'm here to tell you that is an awesome insight. So if you can improve by understanding your client, understanding what makes you unique, and really focus in on that, and really then work to minimize the things that didn't make it easy for them and for you, then wow, what an amazing business that you will have. It will be customer driven, and it will be driven around not customers that pay money, but customers that you love to work with, who also pay money, but it's not the focus. You get what I'm saying? So suddenly we've stepped out of our own skin. We've understood some more things about our clients and what they value and why they value them. We've understood how people view us, our clients, our ideal clients, and what value and what makes us unique. What was that inspiration? What was that thing that people said, yes, I want to work with you? And so for me, when I'm talking to people, they go, Fran, you're so approachable and friendly. You're so knowledgeable. You quickly understand what I'm talking about. That's the thing. So I know that's what makes me unique. So when I'm talking to people, that's what I focus on. So lastly, I want you to use all this beautiful knowledge that you now have about and this beautiful understanding, and I want you to tune it in. Now, I'll give you a little secret. There's one radio station that everybody in the world listens to, and it's called WIIFM, and that stands for What's in It for Me. So if you're out there talking to people, I don't want you to talk about yourself. I want you to help them by tuning into their what's in it for me. So the only way we can understand their tune-in point, their what's in it for me, is by really understanding what they want to achieve. What is their goal? What are the things that are going to make their heart sing? Once we know that, we can focus in on that. And one of the ways that's really great at doing that, now that you've gone and spoken to your clients and you understand your value and you understand all those sort of things, is to use those stories. Here's how I help clients. Here's client A. They started here. What I did with them was this. We then worked through this, and the outcome that they found was this. As we were working together, they felt like this. So suddenly you've got this rich tapestry of information that is sure to plug into that WIIFM, or that what's in it for me, for those people who also have the same problem, also want a similar result. So let's think about broadcasting. Everybody who sits on a radio station and broadcasts, they know that 100% of the population are not listening to them, and they don't care, because what they do know is that the people who are interested, the people who are engaged with what they're talking about, they're the ones who are listening. It's exactly the same with your business. Not everyone is going to listen to you, and that's deeply okay. But if you can tune what you're saying to that WIIFM of your client, that what's in it for me for your client, then those people that you encounter that fit that profile, my goodness, they will be listening to you, and that's the power. So don't worry if certain people or groups of people don't listen, because that tells you something, which is valuable to know, that they're not your client. And you don't need everyone to be your client. You just need the people that you need, or the people that you want, or the people who want you, more precisely, to be your client. So I want you to think about how you communicate, and I want you to think about not the outcome for you or your journey, but absolutely thinking directly through those clients' eyes. Where did they start? What was the problem that they had? What were the things that they had to overcome to start with you? Sometimes when people start working with me, they're so scared of what they might find, or that their business won't be okay, or all of those sort of things. So I've got to really help them overcome those things first, before I can take them on the next step, and then the next step, and the next step. Which is exactly why when I start my coaching program, I start with them. Because if they're not open and ready to be themselves and to explore these things, then I can't help them. So I've got to start with them. But once I've done that, which was what we covered off last week, then we can start focusing on their clients and really thinking about it and asking them to step out and talk to those people and get a deep, deep understanding of the value that they provide and what makes them unique. The other great thing about this is that once you understand these things and you've got this little arsenal of stories and anecdotes and outcomes and results and crunchiness, then suddenly going and talking about your business becomes so much easier, which is why I focus in on the clients, particularly for people who are awkward or a bit unsure about sales. Because what I say to them is, don't talk about yourself, talk about your clients. I had a client, they did this, what happened, tell those stories, because when you're telling that story, you're more comfortable. You lose the awkwardness because suddenly you're talking about someone else, something that made you proud, and it should have made you proud, something that you're confident about. It feels so less awkward. And so when you're delivering that, it comes across in that way. So it comes across with a rich tapestry, and people can feel how confident you are and how that client felt, and you're taking them on a journey. And if they're the sort of person who has that problem and wants that sort of result, then the chance of them engaging with that story, it's a bit like why our parents told us stories about little children. They didn't tell us Hansel and Gretel story about adults, because that's not how we engage, because we're not adults when we're children. So we tell stories from their perspective, and this is exactly the same. And what you'll find is, as you go and do that, you will grow in confidence, because people will engage with that. You'll allow them to do that, and it will start a conversation that allows you to ask them to engage with you, ask them to buy from you. And that's what business is all about. It's about solving people's problem and asking them to pay for that, and get the results that they want from you. So beautiful people in Facebook world, I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you again next Thursday. And so that'll be week 4. We'll be halfway through. How exciting. And if anyone has any questions or comments, I'd love you to pop a question or a comment below. If you've had an aha moment or learned something today, I'd love to know what that is. And I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you next week. Bye.